Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back for part two of the virtual classroom series that we're doing here for the Tech 101 feature for Iowa AFERD. I wanted to spend this one talking about putting images onto your backgrounds and then how to remove the background from certain images so you get it exactly how you want it. And then also linking those to different websites or to different slides within your presentation. So as you can see, maybe you remember, here's the one that I made right here. It's just kind of a beginning, a starter slide, right? That might point students in the right direction and be kind of a landing spot for when they first enter your virtual classroom. So again, hopefully you'll learn something new here and then be able to get started by creating your own virtual classroom. Now, really quick, let me show you some examples of what I'm talking about here, of other things that people have created. Here is a high school one where they put all members of their um, health and PE staff on here. And again, notice that they gave directions for just to click on the different images that are on here, and it will take them to various ideas and activities for them to do, everybody kind of doing something different. Here is an elementary PE version of where there's just a bunch of different equipment out on his virtual floor here. Notice that both of these have both used their own gym pictures. And like I said in the first video, if you have those, I think that's ideal because your students will recognize it and that'll increase the buy-in. They'll be excited to see that. And number two, you can kind of set it up in your own space a little bit easier, and it takes out some of the legwork of creating your own uh, virtual classroom from scratch. So there are the directions there again for students to click on any of these pictures that are around the gym, on the equipment, or on the Bitmojis, and it will take them to an activity that can be completed. So another thing you can do is you can link these uh, images or anything to a Google form of where students can go and fill out that they completed the activity. Maybe you can give a spot to tell them to tell them you how many reps they did of something, or how many consecutive jumps they did with a jump rope. Just a way to kind of check in and tell you that they did the activity and they tried out your virtual classroom. So here's a health class example, right, of where she's putting things on the whiteboard there, and she has clickable objects. Notice she says click on the stars around the room to complete the lesson for that day. So it can be as much or as little as you want. Certainly doesn't have to be crazy. There are people that are doing a lot. There are people that are doing a little and keeping it simple. It kind of depends on your students and what you think that they'll be able to navigate and handle the most. So now, let's say that we take our own picture here. Let's see. I'm going to leave my full screen. Maybe we do a real gym, picture. Maybe it is the animated gym here, or maybe it's even outside. And we want to get started putting our own stuff on there. Now, there are two ways to insert images. Talked about this a little bit last time. I can click on the insert image icon that's right on the toolbar here, or I can go up here to the top, click insert, and then click image that way. It's all kind of preference for what you want to do. I like just clicking the icon right here. And then there are a bunch of choices. Probably the two most popular: upload images from your computer or from your drive. So I already have a bunch of these saved in my drive. And then I also have them on my computer. The other way to do this is to simply just go to a Google search and copy it from the right off the Google search, the Google image search, and then take it into your virtual classroom. So let's say I'm going to take this hurdle right here into my virtual classroom, and I'm going to go in here and paste it, right? And right, we don't want that background on there. That's something that people struggle with is, hey, we want this to look good. We don't want to have that white background on my hurdle right there. So I'm going to get rid of that because I don't like that, right? I want to clean it up and make it look nice. I'm going to go back here to the hurdle picture, and I'm going to right click and go down to where it says copy image address, right? I don't want the link address. I want the image address. And I'm going to take it to probably the most popular site that's going right now is this remove.bg, remove the image background, right? It's popular, it's fast, it's really simple to use, and it's easy. Now, you can see here I can upload the image from my computer. I can drag and drop a file, or I can simply hit Control V or Command V on a Mac, and it's going to put my picture right in there for me. So I copied the image address for the hurdle. I'm going to hit Command V, and it goes right in there by itself. And you can see the original over here on the right side with the white background. And it took the background off of there for me. Now, I can right click on this picture, copy that image, take it back into my virtual classroom, and then paste that down. And now you can see I have just the hurdle and no white background behind there, right? Looks a lot better. I can put this anywhere out here on my floor. Maybe you want to put a bunch of hurdles together like they were doing some kind of an obstacle course, right? And so now I've got that on there. Now, just a little tip for people that don't know, a way to get around that sometimes is like I have up here at the top, I searched for hurdle PNG, right? A PNG image is usually one that has the background removed. You can see on some of these images on the screen, you see that checkerboard pattern of where that will show up without a background, which is really nice. Or you can click, so you can type in PNG after your image search, or you can click on the transparent option right up here. And you know, it's kind of hit or miss. You got to mess around with it. Of maybe I can copy this one right here and see if it shows up without a background. And see, that one didn't, even though I selected the transparent background option. So sometimes you have to go in and do it yourself. And again, that's remove.bg. Right from here, you can just keep Control V or Command V, copying images in there, and just keep going, removing the background from those images. So I've got my hurdle in there. Let's say that maybe you want a whiteboard, right? And so what I started to do was I started to save all of these images in my drive, right? I made a virtual classroom image folder in my Google Drive. Like I said in the first video, these can also be done on Microsoft PowerPoint. I like the ease of Google Slides. I just feel like it's easier to manage, easier to do. And let's say, again, maybe I want a whiteboard in here somewhere. Let's see. I'm going to click on this one. I already had a whiteboard image in here. And, you know, maybe I just want to put it over here on this side. And maybe you want to put text on that whiteboard, right? So you have to insert a text box. It's right up next to the insert image is a text box. I can click and drag and fill this screen. And then I can type on there anything I would like. Right? And then I can, you know, you can go and make that bigger and do whatever and make it bold and change the font and make it look like a marker and do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So that's a way to put a whiteboard in. Maybe you, like you can see up in the background here, there's a projector screen up on the wall that I put in. Maybe you want to hang a projector from up there and do just about anything. Take that off of there. The best part about this is you can just mess around, and if you mess up, you can undo. Oh man, maybe I didn't want to delete that. Ooh, I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna undo that, and it comes right back. Right? You can just mess around with it, play around with it until you get it exactly how you want it. But really, this is just the virtual classroom is just putting a bunch of images on top of each other and getting it the way you want it to look. So again, we can put a bunch of different images on here. I have another image in my virtual classroom. I actually have an equipment folder of where I already went ahead and took out the background of a bunch of basic PE equipment. So maybe I am looking for a golf club. I believe I have a golf club in here. I have stuff color coordinated, all of these different images, because I do a lot of digital lesson plans and digital whiteboards where I use this stuff quite a bit. Let's see. Maybe I have under my snag golf equipment down here. Got snag golf clubs, flags. There's my golf club right there. Let's say maybe I put this golf club in here. Yeah, maybe I put some golf balls or something and a target around it. And I'll just put it right out there in the middle of the floor. Yeah, again, you can arrange it however you want. I'll just put it right there for now. Now let's link it to an activity, right? Up here at the top, I saw that Open Phys Ed just came out with open golf games, right? And specifically for at home, in their at home or active home module, they have this open golf games. It's pretty brand new. So I'm gonna copy that link at the top to the PDF, right? That just kind of tells everybody what to do. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna link it to this golf club. So I select the golf club and I'm gonna go up to this chain link up here on the toolbar. Again, there are two ways to do this as well, the chain link, insert link, or you can go up here to where it says insert and then go to link. I like the ease and the speed of just clicking the icon, and it comes up with a place for me to paste that link. So I'm gonna control V, command V, that link in there. And now it says, hey, when they click on this golf club, it's gonna take them right to that open golf, kind of miniature golf at home activity. And there's a bunch of different activities in there. Now, what about my hurdle here, right? I put the hurdle in. I'm gonna link that to a video that I made. Maybe you wanna do that. Maybe you wanna link it to some audio or just a video of you talking. And I'm gonna link it to one that's in my drive. I already made an obstacle course video for my students, and gotta find it here, of course. Around here somewhere, lots of pictures, videos. Let's see, it's indoor. Of course, now it doesn't want to find it. I'm gonna link it to my indoor obstacle course. Let's see. I'll go this way. Right here, I've got my video in my Google Drive. I'm gonna get a shareable link for it so everybody can view. And now I go back and do the same thing. I have the hurdle highlighted. I'm gonna click the link, the insert link button, and I'm gonna put the link to my video in there. Now when they click that hurdle, they see my indoor obstacle course video that explains the activity to them. All right, now, something else I wanted to show you is how to link to other slides. Maybe you saw at the beginning, as I had this up, and down here in the bottom left, I say, want to see how I made this slide. when I move over the top of that, I linked that to another slide in my presentation, right? So when I click that, it's going to take us to another slide with the blank wall, right? Maybe you want to make your own. These are all just images that I made, and notice it went right to slide number 8 in my presentation. When I click this and we look to see where it was linked, it's linked to a slide in my presentation. All right, you can make this, there it is. It says slide number 8 down here. It goes to slide number 8 whenever somebody clicks that box. Pretty cool feature. It's also how you can do return buttons if you want to return that person to, maybe you want to put in a little return to the front page button, right? And we'll just say return to main page. So I can highlight that box that I just made. We're going to make that box clickable, right? So I went up to the insert link button again, and notice there's this option here that says we can link it to slides in a presentation. Now I want to go back to the first slide. That's going to take us back to the first page. So whenever we click first slide, it takes us right back to the first one. Maybe that's how you want to set up your virtual classroom for your students. So again, I did the same thing here on this page. Notice these are all just different images of where I can delete different parts of this all the way down to the wood floor. And of course, I still had all of those saved in my Google Drive in this folder to where I could easily go back and recreate that and put in the walls, and of course stretch it out, make it fit, and put in the floor, put in everything else to design it however I want. And again, this was a white wall at first, and I changed the colors because our school is purple and yellow to make it exactly how I want to do it. So if that's something that interests you, you can make your own. If you have a picture of your empty gym that you want to use or your empty health classroom that you'd like to use, you can do that as well. It makes it a lot easier. And again, adding your Bitmoji or adding some kind of animated character in there just makes it that much better. There are a couple of ways to do that. I'm going to go more into that in the next Bitmoji video. I have the Bitmoji extension for Google Chrome, where I can click on the Bitmoji icon up here, and then I can search for whatever I want. And it has my animated Bitmoji in all of these different pictures. And so I can search for something simple, exercise, and throw in a picture, right click, copy, put in a picture of myself exercising, right? Copy and paste that in there, and then it puts it in there without the background. So lots of options for that. You can do the Bitmoji on your phone as well, and then send those to your Google Drive. I like having the extension on Chrome, just makes it a lot easier and faster. But that is how to insert images and then link them to other various things, either links of activities or videos that you made, or link them to other slides in your presentation. Be on the lookout for the third video, which is going to be designing your Bitmoji and then how to find the animated Bitmojis and put them into your virtual classroom. Thanks for watching.